over the top of cover, and that's a boundary.
We didn't try and overhit it. The field up inside these first 4 overs in the first part of the power play. And you basically get it over the infield on the offside, and you're going to get a boundary pretty much all the time. The protection's deep square on the leg side, and yeah, long on. So
opening boundary for TAC on your phone. You're driving blind. TAC just gave Khawaja a bit of width. And he's on strike again and again with an inside out. There is a man there.
What was that?
There was a deep backward point.
Well, they had a third man on the fence, and I don't know whether he didn't pick it up, but he ran around the ball. It was very much a catchable height for a switched-on third man to run straight at the ball and catch it. Would have been a pretty easy catch.
Yeah, you're right. He did come from third man.
Oh, yeah. I think that was a great effort. Was he Khawaja to send him back?
No.
It was a bit of a loose shot by Khawaja.
It was a couple of runs, or one, coming from it, driving into the onside. His Hales not really connecting. And that's the end of the first over after one. The Thunder none for 8.
IMAR. We all know they're the tradies' mates when it comes to business insurance. That means if you're a chippy, IMAR's got you covered. And not just you. Insure with IMAR and they'll cover your subbies as well. Plus, receive competitive monthly premiums at no additional cost, which is great for cash flow. Even better, there's no paperwork. Just a simple phone call and we'll get you covered too. Call 13-IMAR now. That's 134627.
They're the tradies' mate. That's IMAR.
Usman Khawaja retains the strike to start the second over for the Thunder. He's on 6, Hales on 1, Thunder none for 8, and it is Pete Hatsoglu, the leg spinner, the wrist spinner. A couple of years ago, he was playing seconds for his club in Melbourne. Cam White caught a glimpse of him in a match and said to the Stars, maybe you should get this guy in as a net bowler.
Yep.
Impressed, went over to South Australia with his brothers to try and crack some first-class cricket over there, and then got a phone call from the Renegades saying, how would you like to come and play? We've got a few spinners out, and we need someone, and he's been a revelation.
Okay, well, let's see how he goes against two pretty good players in Khawaja and Hales.
So he's in now. Getting one across the body of Khawaja. That's beautifully driven through covers all the way to the boundary. For TAC on your phone, you're driving blind. TAC... Oh, is there any better shot in full flight than just the full-blooded cover drive picks?
Yeah, well, it was a gift. He bowled him a half volley warm-up, and Khawaja said, I'll take a little piece of that with the field up, and I'll just stroke that straight to the cover boundary. So, beautiful shot by Uzi.
And he bowls a bit quicker than most spinners too. Well, that's Oglu.
He's got a couple of wickets.
That's a bit slow and flighted. Beautifully swept. Backward of the square leg umpire. That's another boundary consecutive for Usman Khawaja. He's got a look about him. 14 off 5, none for 16, the Thunder.
Well, a spell with 4-4 was not ideal for a bowling perspective. We went the wrong in that time, and Khawaja was onto it. Swept it down to fine leg for 4. Timed it well. He timed it really well, actually.
Yep,
This looks a very good pitch.
4 wickets this Big Bash season. Hatsoglu, that's a bit straighter at the pads and won't get a single through mid-wicket. So 100 clicks.
Doesn't look like he's bowling very fast for a leg spinner.
He's even said himself that people keep saying that he bowls a good wrong, and he said he hasn't bowled one yet.
Yeah, I think he
just uses the crease.
Yeah, it's because he bowls so fast.
Hatsoglu, that's angled across the body again. No wrong, but just across the left-hander opening. The face was Khawaja. Sent back, no run.
Doesn't look like he'll be a prodigious spinner of the ball. It's going to be more about control. His line's good. He's bowling against a class player.
Off Hatsoglu to Khawaja on 14. That's slow, and again opening up. Driving square.
4 more.
That's a boundary for Khawaja. He's finding them at regular intervals at the moment. That's his 4th. And they're none for 20, the Thunder.
3 boundaries from 5 balls. And it wasn't the worst ball. It was just a good shot, square drive. Ended up getting a lot finer. They had a square fielder, but he sort of sliced it past the short third man all the way to the fence.
So last ball of an expensive Hatsoglu over. Khawaja 18 off 8. There he is. Oh, thickish edge. And it evades
misfield.
What was like a fly slip or a very, very short third man. And that's going to go to the boundary as well. But put that down as a misfield, not
Yeah, that was a misfield. Should have been stopped. I think that was Sutherland too.
None for 24 after 2, the Thunder.
It's never been more important to buy Australian than right now. Our local manufacturers and growers produce world-class products known for their quality, safety and reliability. All while generating local jobs, supporting our communities and helping Australian families now and into the future. So look for the trusted green and gold kangaroo logo. Buy Australian now. Visit australianmade.com.au.
Off the text, nothing better than listening to old mate Picks potting outfielders. 0433 98 11 16. Picks is here for Western Union. Another fast delivery by Western Union. Send money overseas with our app. Number 24, the Thunder, third over.
Yeah, well, potting fielders, if they're jumping over balls, that's what is going to be said. I thought he had a bit of a go at it, but is he mad, is it?
Yeah, it is. Imad Wasim from Pakistan. So they're persisting.
The slower bowlers, yeah?
Yep.
We're going to mix it up. He does his Finchy. That's what he does well.
So one of their international recruits this year. He's bowling left arm off spinners, and that one actually went back at the right-hander in Hales, who's defending back to the bowler for no run. He's 1 off 3. Khawaja, though, 22 off 9's done the damage in the early going of this Thunder innings. None for 24 into the third over. Deliberate, giving himself some room is Hales, and it came back at him, and he beautifully carves it past point. Another boundary for TAC. On your phone, you're driving blind, TAC.
Yeah, he's gave himself a bit of room. That was just outside the line of off stump, but he went back and across and back into square leg, really, to open it up, and then just slice it through point for 4. It was well played.
So that's the 5th boundary. First for Hales, 5th for the Thunder. Oh, now he's opening up, puts huge. 1 foot down, plants that, and then plants that ball onto the roof. If you don't mind, onto the roof.
Well, that was a huge shot. He just said, it's leg stump. I'm opening. Clear of the front leg, and watch this disappear. Onto the roof, out of the ground. Yeah, this is hardly a good start by the Renegades. A fantastic start for the Thunder. Gee, that's a big 6. I know that they're not long boundaries here at Monica, but that is a big, big 6. That's gone out of the ground. It's a new ball job.
Yeah, that's rather crisp. That's
straight to the box of balls, all right.
Oh, yeah. Now here they go. How do we find one that's going to be of a similar nick?
Well, Finch is now thinking, they bowled 2.3 overs. They're 34 for none.
Yep.
The last 4 balls are gone at 44.46.
Yep.
So pace off is not working.
No, this is a very good power play for the Thunder for tyre power. You trusted tyre experts.
16 off the last over from THU, and now 10 off 3 balls here. I think Richardson will be bowling the next over.
You'd think
Richardson.
So, wouldn't you? Those stats for Dulux. Professional painters choose Dulux. Now how's the response going to be from Ahmad? Oh, that's straight. Not getting all of that was Hales. Tried to club it over mid-wicket. It'll trickle to the outfield, and they should get 2.
No, just
in the end, just 1.
No, just jogged through. Got a bit, bounced a bit on him. Oh, that was the one that went for 6. That didn't bounce on him.
No, that was right in the sweet spot, wasn't it?
He looked straight up and put the hand above the eyes for the sun just to say, how far did I hit that? Well, it went a long way, Alex, I can tell you.
Don't have a trundle wheel, but
they got to tighten up a bit here, the Renegades. Now, got a deep square for Khawaja and a long on.
That's straighter and faster. He had to take one hand off the bat to keep it down, and it goes to mid-off for no run.
Yeah, and they're a very strong offside field, but all inside the circle. So it gets past there on this fast outfield, it'll go.
Khawaja on 22, last ball of the Ahmad over, and again
4.
Opening up, outside off stump, easily over the infield, couple of bounces, and in to the boundary for TAC. On your phone, you're driving blind, TAC. This is a very productive power play for the Thunder. For tyre power, your trusted tyre experts after 3, they're none for 39.
For many of us, our car is our pride and joy, or the family taxi. And for some weeks now, it's been sitting idle in the driveway, waiting. waiting for the moment we can get back out on the road. Before we do that, book in with Tyre Power for your free 5-minute tyre safety check. Plan ahead, beat the crowds. It's so important to check your tyres are 100% roadworthy and safe. Find your local independent Tyre Power dealer at tyrepower.com.au.
Going at 13 and over are the Thunder. None for 39 after 3 for Dulux Professional Painters. Choose Dulux. Kawaja 26 off 11. Hales 12 off 7. And some big questions being asked of Aaron Finch in terms of decisions made. And you picked it beautifully, Pickers. Liam Pickering is here for Western Union. Richardson, he said, will be into the attack. And here comes the big fast bowler. Right arm over. That's right up in the block hole and beautifully driven through cover.
Yeah, it's just a good shot. Strong packed offside fielder hit it on the ground in the gap.
Well, that's the loosener.
All Zach Evans could do was just trundle on after it and pick it up from the rope.
A boundary for TAC on your phone. You're driving blind. Hales now 16 off 8.
And their strike rates are pretty good at the moment, these two openers. Done for 43 off 3.1 overs. I'll be thanking God that the power play will be finished after this, the initial one, but there'll be still 2 more up their sleeve.
For Tyre Power, the summer scorcher sail. That's a fuller ball at the pads of Hales, who worked it through mid-wicket for 1.
Come on, lads, one to get us going.
One to get us going is what's Sammy Harper saying. Well, we need at least 1 at the moment. At this run rate, I'll be chasing a heap.
Yeah, good luck chasing the bash boost point for this start.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Yeah, he's a good bowler, Kane Richardson, though. He's been the best Renegades bowler for a number of years. Mount Tahir's not far away. He comes...
No, after Christmas.
He comes after Christmas.
Well, technically it is after Christmas.
Yeah, but I think into the new year is when he's coming.
Yep.
He'll be exciting to watch. We know what a great
That's a very good get, isn't it?
T20 player.
Richardson, that's full again. Driven high, driven long. Has it got the carry? It does land safely and within the boundary. Webster was charging hard at it.
Just took the 2.
And only 2 runs. It was a long time in the air, that ball.
Yeah, off the bat, you thought he'd hit it well enough to go for 6. He timed it well, Kawaja, but just plugged and didn't even get to the rope. Probably should have got 3, though, really. You would think. Mid-off was up and went to the long boundary.
So a couple of really big overs for the Thunder.
They're going to make this count. None for 46 on a normal power play would be a good start.
Richardson, that's angled across Kawaja, and it's right in that offside driving zone that he's been liking, but that's straight to cover, no run.
Let alone that with 2 overs still to come that you can play, that are going to come in after over 11. So you'd sort of take none for 46 off the 6 overs. You go, oh, we've got ourselves in a good position, add an over early.
And now they don't need to panic now, do they?
No,
they can go about their work.
Yeah, well, the Renegades need wickets. They desperately need quick wickets here. Desperately need them.
Richardson, none for 7 so far with 2 to go. And that's going to be driven high and over the infield again from Kawaja. It'll bounce safely again. Webster will chop it off. Got some support from Mohamed Nabi. So wanting to take him on is Kawaja. Hasn't quite got all of the last couple, but he gets back for 2 and he's 30 off 14 now.
Well, he's just hitting the gaps with the balls he's lofting. He's picking the gap. Hasn't quite timed those last 2. He's already 30 off 14 balls. It's the last ball of the initial power play.
Richardson right arm over, giving himself some room. Stepping back to leg was Kawaja to pull a ball through mid-wicket.
Another 2.
So 88 wickets in 70 games for Kane Richardson. He's been a star of this format. He's got none for 11, though, off his first. And what about this for a power play for Tyre Power? The summer scorcher sail after 4. The Sydney Thunder, none for 50.
If you love racing, you'll love SEN Track. Start your day with us, Ian Healy and Pat Welsh, and catch up on all the latest in chasing, pacing and racing. Join us on SEN Track Ingham 96.1 FM, Atherton 99.1 FM, and the all-new Gold Coast 1620 AM and Brisbane 1053 AM.
It's the new sound of chasing, pacing and racing.
Join in all the fun on SEN Track.
SEN Track.
Also available on the SEN app.
Well, the final 3 overs, or last 3 overs of the power play for Tyre Power, the summer scorcher sail, 11, 15, 16. And that is a big tick in terms of power plays for the Sydney Thunder. No wickets lost. Kawaja 32 off 15. Hales 17 off 9. They're none for 50, Liam Pickering, and looking very, very good at the crease.
Here's Zach Evans now. Sporting a nice headband too.
Oh, that's a throwback, and I'm liking it. And that's again in the drivable zone for Hales, who couldn't cash in. No run to cover.
Well, that's a win when the strike rate's what it is at the moment. So he's a really talented footballer, Zach Evans, as was Will Sutherland, of course. Both went the cricket angle.
Debuted at the start of this year for the Renegades. He was in the Australia squad for the 2018 Under-19 Cricket World Cup. Has played...
Just had a few injuries in the last year or so.
Has played Shield cricket for Victoria. Right arm, medium fast, and that's taken from outside off over mid-wicket. It'll bounce once, twice over the boundary for the THC on your phone. You're driving blind. Hale's starting to wind up now.
That was a bit of a hoik, that one. That was a little bit of a slog compared to the other one he hit. It was a bit of a hit and hope, hoping that he could get it over the fence, but didn't quite time it. It didn't go straight to the fielder, really. Instead, it went wide and went for the boundary.
Yeah, these two, as I said, pickers haven't really set the world on fire, haven't clicked this year. We know how good a player they've both been over the journey, but coming into this game...
They've got a good team, the Thunder.
Just 45 and 46 runs, respectively. So now Hales on strike to Evans. Oh, late cut, diving attempt by keeper. Just evades the glove, and that's going to run down to the boundary for 4. Everything going the way of the Thunder at the moment. Big chance. We'll have to have a look at the replay to see how close.
Yeah, well, he's not a tall man, Sammy Harper. He gave it everything he had, the little fella. Got a fingernail to it too, by the looks of it.
Bit of webbing, that's a drop.
Oh, it's a drop, yeah. It was a toughie.
Oh, absolutely. It would have been one of the catches of the year.
Yeah, a taller man might not have to dive as far, but he's a really good little player, Sammy Harper. Good cricketer.
Hales now 25 off 12, facing Evans. He's none for 8. Oh, that's right in the block hole. Taken beautifully off the toes. He got that backward a square. Did Hales?
He was well bowled, actually. It was a good ball. It's clamped down and got it out the backward square, but it's one of the few balls that have been actually on the stumps so far in this bowling innings. Only 2 in the first 4 overs. So 2 in the power play were actually going to hit the stumps. The rest of them were either wide outside off stump or wide outside leg stump. So... yeah.
Finch on screen.
Not ideal. Hard to set a field when you've got bowlers bowling all over the shop.
Yep.
In the power play.
So Hales, all his runs this season coming into this game had come in the one game. As you said, he'd scored 2 ducks after a 46 in the first game. Kawaja's high score so far this year was 21. He's now 32 off 15 and on strike. And they're none for 59 at the moment. Right arm around the wicket is Evans, and that's at the pads of Kawaja. Just able to get a little bit of bat on that, did he? Or, yep, no, that'll count.
It'll count as a little single for him.
Little single off the hip.
Still been 10 off this over, though. So even though you'd say Evans is, he's bowled it quite well, still quite a good over for your Thunder fan.
So he's got figures of none for 9. Those stats for Dulux. Professional painters choose Dulux. Hales on strike now to Evans. He's gone back over the wicket, the right-hander to the right-hander in Hales, and he's beautifully just driving off the back foot through cover. Oh, a little misfield from Ahmad. They only take 1.
Well, it's because they were just jogging through for a single instead of running hard.
After 5, Thunder, none for 61.
It's never been more important to buy Australian than right now. Our local manufacturers and growers produce world-class products known for their quality, safety and reliability, all while generating local jobs, supporting our communities and helping Australian families now and into the future. So look for the trusted green and gold kangaroo logo. Buy Australian now. Visit australianmade.com.au.
Ideal start for the Thunder, chasing their 3rd win of BBL 10 and just their 3rd ever win over the Renegades. The last 4, 11, 11, 15, 16. It was 8 off the first over, bowled by Sutherland. And they are none for 60 after 5 overs. Liam Pickering for Western Union. Another fast delivery by Western Union. Send money overseas with our app.
Yeah, fantastic start by the Thunder. You have a look. The lowest over Yeah, well, the best over for the Renegades was an 8 of Sutherland's first over. The rest have been 16, 15, 11, 11. So Aaron Finch will be thinking, all right, we need to somehow stop this. Let's get Nabi on, because Mohamed Nabi is a clever bowler.
Absolutely. And he's in now, the right-hander.